Yeah, today in our lesson we are just going to learn about how to create an interactive website. An interactive website where a website is just a collection of web pages linked together, and those pages have related data or information. For example, our website here is our name of our website today is just eTumaini platform, and whatever pages it has those pages have information that are related to this page, making it just a collection of related pages which are just linked together. This is our website. We will know how to create a website like this, which is an interactive website. You can see the way it behaves when a cursor is placed on such this one. For example, on this text, it increases in a scale. And behind it there is a link. If we can click on it, we can see what is happening. You can see what is happening at that particular point. You can see this that was just a link into another page. Our website is just a collection of web pages which are linked together. Now you can see on this page, this is the home page, has been linked to another page, to the first page that we clicked before we came here. Then we can see this is about us. This is about us. This is the home page. See the way it is interactive. We will see how to create such a website at the end of the lesson today. Yes, we have a login page also. It's linked to it. When we click on about us, this is the about us of this website. This is the information. See the way it is interactive. The arrangement has been placed in columns. It's just a table. These are columns. See the way columns are interactive. At the end of today's lesson, we will know how to create such a website. We can see the login. We have a login for this website. It has a form where one can fill his or her details. For example, we have our form called create account to get more services, having the username, emails, password, and options to select. When I place a cursor on this form, you see how the way it behaves. It zooms so that you can put your details very well. For example, this is just a text field for the username. You can type there your name. This is for email. For the email, it provides an email field where the lack of an @ symbol in it cannot allow you to submit your details. And this is just a password field. It provides a password field where so that it can prevent unauthorized access. The user is the only one who can see what has been inputted there, because the password belongs to him for security purpose, so that we can prevent something called theft or just hacking. Someone can just take your password. But if we use the password field, then we are safe. The person having the password is the only one who knows what it is. Then here we have just the level of study. The level of study here. We can see under the level of study we can select all of above all this, we have the university, we have high school, we have lower primary, junior secondary, we have primary. It has options to select. For example, here you can create a form having where a person needs to input his or her gender, and for gender we know that there's only male and female. You can those are the gender available. At this particular time, you can use select for someone to select if his gender is a male or a female. Then if here is just a create account, which is just a submit button. We cannot submit these details to the database if we have not filled it. We will see how to do it so that it behaves the way it is at this point. Now, this is another page called contact us for social media. Social media, when a cursor is placed on it, it zooms in a given scale. In a given scale, we see how to do that. Even after clicking on this one, we will see how to put a link on the icon. When I click on it, it moves, or it links me to another page, or to another page. As we had said, that our website is just a collection of web pages which are just linked together to achieve a common purpose. This is another page called logout. You have seen the animation of loading. We'll see how to make such a page. It loads at a particular at a specified time. At a specified time, that is a type of animation. We'll see how to create such. Then we have a link here. When I click on it, it displays the information. Then we have under this logout, we have a link to another page. If this logout is linking to a page, to the first page, but the second one, this secure first, it means that you don't want to log out, you want to return to the home page. You can return by clicking here. If I click on this, that is why I have just said they have been linked. Search on this page, when I click on it, it displays the information. When I click, it hides. We will see how it behaves like that. You see when the cursor is placed on this. This is just an example of an interactive website, and we will see how to create a such website. But first of all, let's see where should we code. We have said that we are going to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But let's see where should we code this language which we are calling CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. First of all, we need to install what is called Visual Studio. What is called Visual Studio? You go on your browser, and then make sure that you are connected on the internet. Before you get the services very well. Go to your browser and then search Visual Studio Code. Yeah, here it is. Now, after searching for Visual Studio Code, Visual Studio Code is being supported with some different versions of operating systems. Some of us have machines which run on Windows operating system, those that are run on Linux operating system, those that are on Mac operating system. Just click on the link here to specify which software, the software and the compatibility to the machine that you are using. But for me here, I have Windows 10. because here this one is compatible with Windows 8, 10 and 11. I just click on that, then download it. For me, I have already downloaded it. After clicking on it, after it has finished to download, then click at the right top here on the screen on your browser and move to downloads. Then move to downloads. After downloading it, it will appear at this particular point. These are my downloads. Then if you want to install it, you click show in folder. After it has shown you where it has been located, then you click to install, then it runs. For example, if you have not installed the right which is not compatible with your device, it will not run on your PC, on your personal computer. Yeah, it will not run on your personal computer. It will not run on in your personal computer. Now we have installed Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, where we will code our HTML, CSS and JavaScript, so that we can have a such interactive website for our business, maybe, or for if you want to know how to create such, mostly for commercial, or for a company, or if you want to use it for any purpose, to advertise and more. But let's see how to start. After opening it, this is how Visual Studio looks like. We have settings at this particular down here. You can go to settings, set whatever you want, the themes, the appearance of the page, the colors and the colors of the keywords and all that. Then after setting everything at this particular point, you will need to install a web server extension. After clicking at this point here, for me, I had already installed an extension which automatically it helps you to open the content, the code that you have written in Visual Studio Code in a browser. For me, I'm using Live Server 5. For me, I'm using Live Server 5 to open it in the browser. But you can use more. We have web server also can do the same work. Also, it can do the same work. This one is just to search what you maybe you have so many files in Visual Studio Code, you want to search for it. This is source control. This is source control. Then here you can run and debug your code. Now this is, if after finishing all, you move to your desktop. Then you move on your desktop. You move to your desktop and then create a folder. Then create a folder of your project. You create a folder for your project. For example, for me, I have created, mine is here. For example, I created, after creating it on the desktop, you open the Visual Studio Code. Then at the top left here, we have tab called File. Then you click on it. Then we have Open Info. We have Open Folder. After clicking on it, it will display the folders that you have on the desktop. And then you select the folder. For example, for me is this one, which is Web Technologies Project. Yeah, Web Technology Project. You come, click on it, select it. Then we have at the bottom here, we have select folder. Then you select the folder. the folder, and then it will open. It will open. For example, in my folder, I had put some videos, some photos, some audios that I will use to make my pages look attractive, maybe to customers who will be using the website. Here, you click at this particular point if you want to see all the files and all the videos, photos that you have put in that folder. It opens everything. Now, we said that a website is just a collection of web pages that are linked together. Now these are my pages. Inside the Visual Studio Code, if you want to create a file, for example, I have said that it's just a collection of pages. If you want to create one page of a HTML file, you just come at this particular point, you click on File, and then we have new text file, and then it will display such field, so that you can type here the file that you want. For example, home.html. Then you control S, that is saving that file, and then it will appear the way it is here on the screen. For example, for me, I have created index.html. For example, if a file is HTML, you save it .html. If it's about us, you save it .about. If it's just for styling by use of CSS, you just save it .css. If it's for JavaScript, you just save, for example, home.js. Yeah, for example, mine here is just HTML. Then the JavaScript one, I had put the code of page in a HTML code, but you can also make it by just, for example, for me at this particular code, I had put JavaScript code at the bottom by starting by script, opening script tag, then closing with a closing script tag. Now, after finishing all that, we start our coding. The first, if it is a HTML code, it should start with an exclamation mark, docs type HTML. Then we have a tag for open HTML tag. Then at the bottom we must have the closing. We must have a closing tag for HTML. Then we have a head, and then the body. The body is what will appear on the screen. For example, this is our body. Whatever is being displayed on the screen is our body. But under the title, this is the title that will disappear. For example, here is web technology. Is if that file, this is index.html. You see, it is at this particular point. This is just the name of our page. Then link style sheet here refers index.css. It means that we are linking this page to another page, but the page that we are linking to it is just a styling sheet which styles all this. It formats the way you want the page to look like by use of CSS. By linking it, just here refers href. Here it means that here refers, and then you put the link. Even you can put here some Mostly here refers also is used to put a link behind an image or a text, so that when clicking on it, even it's put on a button, even an image or even a video. After clicking on it, it links to another page. For example, it can link to YouTube, it can link to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and all that. Now, this is the code that I had already coded. Let's run and see what is happening, so that we explain one thing after the other, so that at the end we will know what is happening. The code that the website that I had shown you how it looks like, and the way. Now, this is the first page. This is the first page of the code. This is index.html. This code here, the way it is like this. This is just a code. But to make it appear like this one, I have linked it to CSS, index.css. I have linked it to index.css. Let's look at it. This is just a logo. This is a H1. This is just a paragraph. This when it's just this, we will see how to create it. Let's see how to create such to behave in this way. Like this. From this page, we'll just describe the first page, home page, about us, contact us, and then log out. Then we will be through to create, and at the end we will be able to create such a website. Now, under this code, for the paragraph to behave in such a way, we link it to style.css. We link it to style.css so that we can style it the way we want to appear. For example, ours it's appearing beautiful, so interactive. We use CSS to do such to make it appear like that. For the body background, we have set it light blue. Then the logo, display flex. Display flex means that we are displaying components on the screen from left to right. From left to right. Width of the logo is 30, height is 30. Margin left, it means that let's describe on this page, and then see what is happening. What is happening on this page. Let's move on that first page a little. These pages are linked, see they are interactive, but I want the first page, this one. Now, this page, this is the logo that we are talking about. This logo has been placed margin left 40%. I had said that display flex displays from left, places components from left to the right of the screen. And margin left, this is the margin left. This one is the margin left. This one is the margin top. This is the margin right. This is the margin bottom. Now we are displaying this logo in the margin left 40%, meaning that we are moving 40% horizontal from the 40% of from left to right. It means 40% is here. Then the logo starts from here. This logo is 30 width and 30 height to make it appear like that one. To design such a logo, you can use multimedia. For example, you can use logo makers like that to create such a logo for any company that you are designing. Or you can use the logo if you are designing a website for a website that is there. You can use the logo of the company, or if you are designing a logo for a company which is your own, or you have been given that opportunity, then you can use multimedia to create such a logo to appear like that. Then here is the for it to appear like this one. For it to appear like this one, let's see what's happening here at the code behind here. At the code behind here, we can see that the font size of that paragraph is 50 pixels. That is the heading. Welcome. That is the title, the name of our website. Font family is Lucida Sans Regular, Lucida Sans Unicode, Geneva, Vadana Sans Serif. That is this is the font family for this particular heading for our website. After this is the font family, and this is the color of that one. Then this is for logo B hover. It means that when we place a cursor at that particular point, for example, if I put a cursor at that particular point, I can say dot class and then specify that particular point or even the whole class, then put the full colon, then type there over. When I put for example, this is transform scale. This one, it transforms the scale after I have put there the cursor, it increases. But you can say background color. Maybe you can change the background color. If I can put there, for example, I remove here this one, then write there background color. Not really background, but just background, and then I put there red, for example red, and then save. But for me, I'm not saving every time, because these things I had already set for myself, that every time I leave the one page to another, it saves automatically. All these things are just found here in the settings. Now let's see what is happening when we have said that hover and then the background color is red. You see what is happening? The background color is red. After we place there a cursor, our background color is red. But for us, I had put transform. You can put whatever you want here. Transform. For me, I had put transform. But even I can just Control Z, meaning that we want to undo. We want to undo. Now here we are. Now let's move on another page. On another page, and that page is having its link at this particular point. Let's see on the code how to link it in index.html. In index.html, here there is that paragraph. A here refers home.html, but the name of that link is click here to log into eTmini and view more pages. This is just a name for that link. You can put here an image, you can put there a video, you can put there an icon. For example, if as I had said that you can put there an icon for WhatsApp or Facebook, then you put here the link for WhatsApp. If a person clicks on it, it's more interactive. It links him or her to another page. Another page. Now let's see what's happening at this particular. Let's see the other page. After clicking on it to move to another page, see what is happening. Now here is our page. This is another page called home. Click on it. On this home page, we can see when the cursor is placed on this one, it just rotating in 180 degrees. When the cursor is not placed on it, it rotates 0 degrees. But it's just having, this is just two logos, one in front and one at the back. And all these down here also, they have the same concept. They have in front, you can put some picture in front and another picture at the back. Then when I place the cursor on it, it turns 180 to display the back. But it means that some text you cannot access, because for us like this is a video. If I want to play this video, then I place a cursor on it, it cannot play. It can also be used to restrict if one has not used, he has or she has not created an account. But then we are going to see when I at this particular point, when I click on it, it shows more information. When I click again, it hides that information. Now let's go to the code and look at it properly and understand what is happening. And our page this is the code for our page. It's just starting with a docs type HTML and then opening tag for HTML. Language is just English. Head is just head. Under head we have all these character F8 meta HTTP equal and all that. Now the title of our document is just document. It's just document. But link here refers style sheet. Style sheet. This is the type. It styles a style sheet. Here refers index dot. You have index.css. We are linking it to index.css so that the code for styling this page to look the way we have seen, to be interactive like that, we code it in CSS, because CSS has all this styling. It's used to style the way you want. Now this is the home page. Whatever is appearing at this particular point here, this is just a link. Here refers a link, and then the name of that link. That is what is on this particular page. We have home, we have about us, we have login, and we have contact us. Those are the name. And under this is just the name of a link, linking to our page, called about us. You can see at the top there. Now see up there, and then we want to see how to make that logo rotate in that particular point. This is the class for home B, class container B. Then we have class, div class front B, we have div class, we have div class, we have div class, we have div class back B. That is the class. You see at this particular point, front B, I've just put there a logo, and the other one I've just put a logo. And below here you can see also this is just the same class. At the front B, I've just put there a paragraph. You can put some more information the way you want. I have put there a video type MP4 with it in such way. You see the front B, I've just been putting there just a logo. At the front I put there a video and a paragraph. At the back I just put there a P engine. Let's move to the index.css to style for it to behave like that. Now here is the code. Here is the code. Container B is just a class. It's placed margin left 5%. It means from left up to such, from here up to here it can be 5%. From here it can be 10. From to here it can be 20, 30. From here 40, 50, 60. But 100 is here. Margin left, it means from left to right, it's being placed at that particular 5 over 100, assuming that the horizontal is 100. Now back we have width is just 250 pixels and height is just 250 pixels. And then the front and the back position absolute, top is 0, left is 0, width is 100%. It means it will cover that page very well. It will cover that class very well without leaving. Then the back face visibility, you see the way it has been font.front b, comma, dot front b, back b. Back visibility is hidden. If we remove hidden here and then place back visibility, then we just remove this statement, it means that you will display all those the video and the paragraph and the logo behind it at the same time. Now we have front B. The background color I just put it light blue because it does not have a background to fit with the color of the page. When someone looks at it, he or she cannot know what is happening, but you as a programmer, you can know what's happening at that particular point. Now for it to behave, to rotate in 180, back back b class, we open those curly brackets, and then the background color we had set light blue, then transform rotate -180. It rotates -180. Then the same class dot container b dot hover dot front b, it transform rotates 180. Then container b hover dot, when we hover, when we place a cursor on that class container b, the front rotates 180. Then when also we put a cursor on it, back b transform rotates at 0 degrees. It means it will just remain at that particular point. This is just a code that is making it to behave like this. Let's see how to hide, when click you hide, and then this is just a use of HTML. This is just use of HTML and JavaScript, this code to achieve such. Let's see what's happening in this particular code. Yes, just under home and under index.h. This is just under home.html. That was just a styling. Now here is our code. This is a class moab. This is just a paragraph. Break is just used to display content below. It's used just to display the content below. The content below it. Then we have the class ID, extra information. We have style, display. We have button ID, toggle button. That is the ID of our button. Learn more like that, getting videos. Then platform provided. This is just a paragraph. This is just another paragraph. If you want to be put one after the other. Now this is a button which we have given it ID, toggle button, and we have an extra information. And those extra information, which are these paragraphs, style, display, none. It means before we have not moved to make it appear like that. This is the first paragraph, and this is the button between that paragraph. And the ID of this button, this one is those are the more information. We had styled it display none. It means it does not display anything. It does not display anything. When we place our cursor on it, just a hover. Then let's look at it. Let's look at it very well. Now, let's look at the JavaScript code to make it behave like that. Here is a simple JavaScript starting with a simple tag for script. Then we have constant toggle button is equal to document dot get element by ID. Toggle button is toggle, then hyphen button is just that ID of that button. Constant extra information. Document dot get element by ID, that is the ID for the extra information. The toggle button is just the ID of the button itself. Toggle button dot add action listener. We are putting a listener behind that button. When we click, this is the function that will happen. If extra information dot style display is equals to none, then extra information dot style display is equals to block. Then toggle button dot inner HTML show more. Else, if extra information dot style dot display is equals to none, toggle button dot inner HTML show more. If we click on it, for example, if we click on it, it displays more information. When we click on it, it's hide. If and else, using that function, we can achieve at that point such to make it behave in such way. Then about us, these just columns, these are just paragraphs which have been arranged in flex direction, where I said the flex direction displays items from right from left to right. Now let's look at the login form, and we finish with the logout. Then we'll be done to create such a website. Now when I place a cursor on it, I said that it will increase in scale. I say it will increase in scale. You see it has an increases in scale. Whatever it's up here is the label. A label. This is the input. Then the input type is text. Then the placeholder is username. We will see how required that field we put it to be required, so that one cannot skip that input. That does not skip that input. Email, it has provided an email. You see when I click here, it provides an email. For example, this is my email already because I have already put it on a browser. It means it can get it. Now the password is just a password field. Then we want to see how to select to make a form, then make some options for it to look like this. Then this creating account with the fields which are not filled, it will make it behave like that. But let's look at this particular point, that is just login. That is login. This is a code for that page that you have seen. This is the code. This is the code. Now this is our form. Class container, form container. H1 is just the name of that create account. Then we said that when we use break, it displays it at the bottom of it. You see the way it has placed it, create account. Then we have more services. That is the use of the work of break. Now label for username. That is the label username for username. Then the label is enter username. But to make it such a way that when someone submits it, not to accept it, if he or she has not filled that field, we use their required. this term we just put here at this particular point required only. Then a placeholder at this particular point is just places there so that someone cannot be confused with, well, at the time he or she inserts the details. If someone sees there enter username, he will type there his or her username. But if the space is just blank, that is just the work of a placeholder. Then here the password, it provides a password field. But let's see how to put options. For example, want to select gender from male and female, or marital status, single, married, and all that. Now here it is for that label. We use a select. We use a select. Now, when we use select, and under the opening tag of select, we put ID level of study. The ID is level of study. Now, here is the name, level of that is the name of it. It will just behave like a placeholder. For the options here, this is the way we put it. Options, value, select, level of study, like that. Value, male, this is a university, high school, lower. This is the options value that you will select on it. Then select starts from here and ends at this particular point. And if you can code in such a way, it's what will happen at this particular point. You can use it to design interactive forms where someone cannot struggle, can just select, except the username you cannot select. You can select, there are more things you can select. The level of study you can select, marital status you can select, gender you can select, sex you can select, all that you can select. Then we have seen that when we click here, it's just this field it has a submit, and then it has a here refers. It refers to a certain page. There's a link at this particular page at the bottom. You can see it links to index.css, but if you have not filled the fields, it cannot accept for you to move. But here is just where you can put the type here, a security code, but just for security purpose. If you have forgotten the password, then it can help you to get that password. Let's see this logout page, the way it's behaving like that. You have seen that you have loaded at a particular time. You have seen that it has loaded at a particular time, then display that information. It has displayed that information after a time. After displaying those, this is the information. When it's loading, this information display is none, but it's just up there on the screen. But display is none the time it's loading. Now here, this one is just having a link to this particular information. I had shown you. This one is also having just a link. Let's just see on the code how to make it do like that. That's just under logout. I had created the class spinner, class loading page, ID loading page spinner. Then let's see the CSS for styling to make it behave in such a way. For it to behave in such a way, we can use keyframes. That is a type of animation. First of all, the loading page is just fixed, top 0, left 0, 100%. It's fitting the all. The background color is light blue. Display flex, it means contents will be displayed from left to right. Justify content center. We have justify content. We have space between. For example, For example, at this particular point, we have home, about us, login, and contact us. Justify content space between it means home and you can see there is a space there at this particular point. Even what the create account, the logo and the logout, the way this space is just created by using of justify content between this. The title, create account, the logo and the logout are just in one class, and that class has been set that dot class. Then after opening those curly brackets, we can just say display flex. After saying display flex, then we can say justify content space between to display it in such a way, as simple as that. Now here is this is now the loading spinner. That is what has been rotating. Border 10 pixels solid, that is the border. Our border is now 10 pixels solid, color is blue. Then we have border top. Border top is sky blue. Border radius 50%. 50% it makes it to appear like the profile photos. For example, for profile photos on WhatsApp are in circular, are just in a circle. And circle, to make it a photo appear in such a way, we set the class or the object border radius 50% to make it to appear like that one, for picture profiles. The width is just 80 pixels, height is 80 pixels. Animation name, here we are using spin, but the time it took to load is 2 seconds, but the type of that animation is line infinite. We have line infinite. Then at 0%, it means there's nothing has been done. It rotates 0, but at 100%, it transforms or rotate. It transform then rotate. We can see we can use transform at various points. We use transform to increase the scale. We are now using transform, but a different variable here, rotate 0 degrees. It can also be used. Now, after it's rotating, the content which is just in this class loading page, display is none, but loaded page color is white, opacity is 0. It means it will not appear the time it's loading, but when the time of 2 seconds has ended, then it will display those information. Now it will make you to create such an interactive websites like the way we have seen, have logout, contact us, and all this. Let's just finish by one thing here. There is a page here that is under this show more. When we click on it, there is a page here having videos. You can click and play.
Hi guys, welcome back.
You can click play. Those are videos you can watch. They are playable. This one, you can see our videos are arranged in grid layout. Let's see how to arrange these ones in grid layout, and then we will be done with our lesson today. Now here it is. Let's move to our code. That page I had called it blog.html. That's simple. It's just all those pages. You are linking them by using here refers, and then put that name of that. You put the link for that page inside here refers, and then the name of the page. For example, our page has been, I have called it logout, and then place it wherever you want. When you just click on it to load the page, here is our our class container, class item, and then like that. I have put a paragraph, a photo for the second class item. I have put there a paragraph and a video like that. Let's look at how to style it to appear like that by use of create display. We use by display create. Let's see in my code at this point, and then we call it a day. Then we call it a day. Let's look at it well. Yeah, here it is. For you to display it in such a way, that is the name of the class. Class, then open curly brackets, and then you just say display grid. Then we have create template. We use a template to display it in 3 columns. Then one then we have here a grid template columns. We use this particular point. We use this one. Then we repeat it at every row. 3. It just displayed it displays 3 columns. We are repeating it like that in one full row. A full row, it means from here up to here. Now that one, at that particular point, we can see we can create a good interactive website by just use of CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. We can create tables. We can create an animation loading like that one and all that. Yeah, I think we have just reached at the end of our lesson today. Just remember to like, subscribe, and share. Yeah, have a good day.